Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon. Thank you very much to our guest speaker, GS Masbiha, and also especially our student from UITM and also from MK. Okay, did my student all already enter this webinar? Anyone? Anyone can raise your hand or I can't see Aiman. Where is he? Okay, hopefully that in the meantime, when we are on our webinar, so my student and also UITM student can join in this webinar. Okay, first of all, I would like to welcome our speaker and especially for our administrator, Mr. Adam. Thank you very much for creating this link. Okay, I'm the organizer, but UITM also has, so I'm very happy on it. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Adam. Okay, not further ado, so I would like to introduce. Okay, firstly, I want to introduce our speaker. Let me see. Okay, just wait. Okay, GS Masbiha Mat Isa. So she is a senior lecturer in Center of Study for Landscape Architecture, Faculty of Architecture, Planning and Surveying, UITM Puncak Alam, Selangor. So she is research in the landscape planning, GIS, environment, regional landscape planning, and also in architecture. She is graduated from landscape architecture diploma and also bachelor in landscape architecture, while in the master degree in geographical information science, okay, also in UITM. So she have a very vast experience in this research and also have a lot of experience and professional members. Okay, so without further ado, I would like to welcome our speaker for today. Okay, floor is yours.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Dr. Amal Najiha. And Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to everybody, to all the students and also the team members, all the lecturers. We have here Encik Muhammad Adam, yeah, as a team teaching, and also Dr. Harunisa as our team teaching for the subject GIS, yeah, in landscape architecture. And it's actually UMK organizing. Yeah, all right. Okay. I have to be the speaker. All right. Okay. So I will share my slide. Yeah. It's just a sharing session. Okay, side by side. This side. Okay. Can everybody see my slide now?
Yes.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So you see me and I'm at the side. Yeah. So I don't want to block the slide. Okay.
Just making it a slideshow in slideshow.
Slideshow. Check. The hope.
Okay,
Okay.
great.
All right. Okay. So okay, I'm just here today to share, yeah, my little, not so much experience, yeah, a little experience in landscape planning research, and also most of it from the academic teaching. Yeah, I've been teaching in UITM for about 12 years, yeah, and especially in the GIS in landscape architecture subject, and also in regional landscape planning. Okay, so for today's webinar or sharing session, yeah, we would like to share. Sorry, is it okay? Can I proceed?
Yes, yes. Okay, just proceed.
All right, okay. So if you have anything to ask, yeah, you can ask while I do the sharing. Yeah. So the topic today that we pick, yeah, is on the geographical information system. which is GIS in environmental landscape planning. Yeah, we would like to match our knowledge, to collaborate or share our knowledge with UMK in the Faculty of Earth Science. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So we have a very diverse expertise. Yeah? And actually in the field of landscape planning, we need each others. Yeah. All right. Okay.
Sorry, I think if
Okay. I think Adam can
yes.
switch off the.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Adam.
Okay. All right. So I will start. Yeah. This with the definition. Yeah, of the GIS and environmental landscape planning is just a short definition. Just to remind us or to make us remember, yeah, what is GIS and what is environmental landscape planning is all about. Yeah, we come back for to the basic definition, and then I will share on the evolution, yeah, of landscape planning from landscape architecture perspective, and also all the projects, yeah, that landscape planning case studies, yeah, from the renowned landscape architect and landscape architecture students project, which is I will share some of the projects of the students of landscape architecture doing. Okay, and then lastly is the conclusion, where I will share on the current practices and future of the landscape planning. All right. Okay, so we move on to the GIS definition. I'm sure that everybody already know, and you have already have all the basics of GIS. Yeah. Um, GIS stands for Geographic Information System. Okay, so when we talk about the information system, it is very related with the information system, like a system lah, in the computer software, and it will involve technologies. Yeah, and the geographic information system basically, yeah, in based on the definition from Chang, yeah, Kang Soon Chang, yeah, he is the author of the book that GIS tutorial that we widely used, yeah, for students in GIS. So his definition is GIS is a computer system, yeah, for capturing, storing, querying, analyzing, and displaying geospatial data. All right, and then it is also a powerful set of tools, yeah, for storing and retrieving at will, transforming and displaying spatial data for the real world for a particular set of purpose. So meaning that GIS is just a tool. Yeah, it is a tools that can help us to achieve our purpose. Yeah, it depends on what are the purpose of our studies. Yeah, giving that maybe we are investigating about something, maybe landslide at one area. So we need GIS, yeah, to help us to store all the data and all the mapping, and then help us to do all the analysis. Yeah, we have queries, yeah, about the landslide and what happened, what occurred, what year, and everything. So we need it to be in a database. So this is where GIS is very helpful. Okay. And then when geography, yeah, and including all the technologies, and it is affect us in many ways. Yeah, first is our natural environment, and also our human environment. So in environmental science, I believe that you are all the experts in the natural environment, yeah, because you are all the scientists, yeah, that knows all the science aspect of the natural our natural environment and all the system, yeah. And in the part of a landscape architect, yeah, they deal much on the human environment, which is the built environment. So in a way, both niches ataupun what we call that uh, understanding or expertise or knowledge is much we need collaboration. Yeah, we need a good work lah in between the two knowledge, yeah, in between the natural environment and also the built environment, so we can achieve the balance, yeah, in terms of the planning and also for the sustainable of our environment. All right. Okay, we go into the landscape planning. So landscape planning, yeah, it is often referred to as an environmental planning. So it is just a term. Yeah, normally people also call landscape planning, they refer also to the ecological planning. And it is a way of directing or managing changes in the landscape so that human actions are in tune with nature and environment. So if you are doing the landscape change studies, yeah, this is where your contribution, yeah, we need your contribution in the planning aspect. Yeah, you study and you investigate about all the natural resources and what the environmental needs, and then that knowledge, yeah, will be supplied to all the planners. Yeah, these are the people who practice. Yeah, they do on site. Yeah, they implement the thing that have been investigated. So this is where, yeah, the landscape planning is very related with the environmental planning and also the ecological planning. All right, and a lot of different terms, yeah, also in use in the context of spatial planning. Yeah, some of them use spatial planning, physical planning, conservation planning, environmental planning, landscape planning, and a lot of other terms are used. So if you read, yeah, if you refer to all the authors, yeah, like Steinis, Flaxman, Obdam, Von Herren, Jessel Tobias, yeah, if you will come across this kind of same definition and the understanding. It's just that the focus might be different. Yeah, just like I said, maybe the environmental scientists, they will focus more on the conservation part. But as for the planners and for the landscape architecture, maybe they will focus more on the design. But in a way, they need to know also how to preserve, yeah, the natural environment. Okay, so the aim of landscape planning, yeah, we have one aim in mind. Yeah, when we do landscape planning, because we want to prevent or at least limit the degradation of the environment, yeah, to a minimum while increasing as far as possible creativity. Yeah, this is what all the landscape planners or the landscape architect do. Yeah, they don't want to limit the creativity. Yeah, in order to meet the developmental needs. Yeah, because they are the designer. They are the one who implement on the site. Yeah, but at the same time, yeah, we want to prevent or at least limit the degradation of the environment. Okay, so this is the aim of landscape planning. And then in landscape planning, yeah, it includes information. Yeah, we have lots of information. All right. Okay, in a landscape planning, part of your task as a landscape planner or environmental scientist, you have to deal with the spatial data set. Yeah. For example, the presence of the species, the habitats, the soil types, land use, water bodies. Yeah, these are all the things. The parcel, zoning, topography, wetland, demographic, land cover, imagery. Okay, so these all data, yeah, these all features. Yeah, we call it as a landscape features. It can be represented in data layers in GIS. So that is why when we represent when you use the GIS software, yeah, sometimes if you use the GIS software and you look at the layer in the database, so it is very systematic. Yeah, it is all structured in the layers. Okay, so the purpose is for you to do query and to do the analysis. Yeah, and in a way that you query the computer and they do it for you, and they make, and then the decision is on you. Okay, you can do everything in GIS, yeah, as a tool. So you ask them, you ask the question, you know, how to, what to do, and how to find a suitable location, how to detect the most landslide area, right? Okay, so you give the query to the computer, and they will give you the answer. But the decision is in your hand. Okay, that needs extra knowledge from you. You have to read, and then you have a discussion and all the process and to make a decision. Right. So in a GIS dataset, they have a very different data set. You can make anything, yeah, in GIS on the data features. Yeah. Okay. Then they will normally represented, yeah, in the we call it layer. Yeah, it is drawn on top of one another. Okay, and then it allows you, yeah, to gain insight about relevant characteristic of a location. So adalah dia punya all the things, yeah, the technical skills that you have to follow in order for you to prepare the map. Okay. All right. Okay. So looking into this von Herren, yeah, from his paper, yeah, in interaction of modern technologies in landscape planning. So in nowadays, yeah, in the 20th century, we most of our landscape work, yeah, we include the GIS application. All right. So if you look at this diagram or figures, yeah, they have the starting point on top of it, yeah, starting from the GNSS, yeah, navigation satellite system, yeah, geographical navigation satellite system, and then you have you measured the data in point, line, or polygon, and then you have the data and the data acquisition where you collect all the data, and then you put it into your control points, yeah, on your site, and you put it in your reference system, yeah. Normally you got the image data set or in raster data in the, maybe you use USGS, or you use the Landsat, wherever that you can, and then it's starting from that, yeah, the secondary data, and then you move it into the thematic data where you it is georeference, yeah, classified. Normally we have the satellite image, we do classification, right? And then we do georeferencing, yeah. And then this is the level of the planning of the data measurement. And then we move next to the data analysis. When we have all the data ready, yeah, to be analyzed, we move into the data analysis, yeah, in landscape planning, environmental impact assessment, monitoring, and everything. So these are the phases, all right. And then lastly, we have the presentation phase, yeah, where you interact, yeah, you interact with all the experts in your field. Okay, so let's say in landscape planning, we have numerous professions, yeah, that could be involved in the landscape planning work. Yeah, one of them is all the ecologists or the environmental scientists. These are part of your teamwork. Yeah, maybe in the practice. All right, maybe not for now, but in the future, maybe when you work outside, yeah, you will involve with this kind of experts. All right, so you are all the 90 students here, so 70, 80 students. Okay, these are all your job scopes. Yeah, you have to present. Yeah, and then one of the scope of work is you need to involve the public, yeah, in the public participation. So nowadays there's so many application of GIS in public participation. Sometimes, yeah, you go to the site, yeah, you go to the site and you bring all the data. In some of the practices, yeah, when they put a public, yeah, public in fact can locate where are the location inside they can put through inside directly inside the map. So that is why the discussion and then all the phases lah in the landscape planning project. And normally landscape planning project requires longer time period, yeah, as compared as site planning, normal site planning projects. Okay. And then we move into the landscape planning, the evolution. So I will explain maybe in terms of landscape planning or landscape architecture perspective, where all these are these are our profession. Okay, so actually the starting point of landscape planning is started in 1858, yeah, in the US. And then we have our renowned landscape architecture. We call it the father of US landscape architecture. Yeah, the student UITM. Who is him? Who is he? Sorry, who is he? Anyone? He is well known on the design of the Central Park, New York, US. It is sustainable. It is there today for over the last 50 years. And the Niagara Falls State Park. Who is he? Google. Okay? Who
Frederick
can answer?
Law Homestead.
Siapa?
Frederick Law Homestead.
Frederick Law Olmsted. Okay.
Homestead.
Yeah, okay. So he is well known, good, all right, as the father of the US landscape architecture. So it is started from there. And then the landscape architecture profession, yeah, it moved into the natural conservationist, yeah, because it's in 19th century. We know that we have all the revolution of the industrial revolution and everything. So this is the starting point of all the naturalists. Yeah, if you know that Ian Mechak is a landscape architect, and then together with all Ralph Waldo Mason, Henry David Thoreau, John Moore, George Perkin Marsh, and Aldo Leopold, all these people are all starting from, they are known for as a naturalist. You know what is naturalist? Yeah, the people who deal with the all environment lah, and the people who talk a lot about the natural environment. They are the first. Maybe they write books. Yeah, they tell all the people that we need to conserve the nature. We need to. These are all the people, the renowned people um, in the field, yeah, of environmental. So you see the landscape architecture and also the environmental science is very related. Okay, until 1992, yeah, we started the Rio Declaration. Yeah, everybody knows about the Rio Declaration, right? Okay, where they started to discuss on the it is a conference, yeah, the documentation on sustainable development. This is where it's all started. All right, and then next, at the same century, also it started the approach in the planning of the landscape, the culture and heritage. Okay, so this part, yeah, most of it, all the geographers, all the landscape architects, and all the environmentalists, all the ecologists, they work together, yeah, in the approach of planning, yeah. And some of them expert in the geological aspect, some of them are expert in the maybe ecological aspect. Okay, so these are all the people, Ethnology and Trop, Stabila and Pedroli, all right, and then they come to the all this discussion on the England, yeah, England, European Landscape Convention. Okay, so on the 20th century, they started to move, yeah, the landscape planning. One of the branch, yeah, to of knowledge is the need for assessing the social and cultural aspect of the landscape. Instead of they are talking about the natural, now they include also the social and cultural aspect, because that is part of the things that need to be preserved and need to be sustainable for the future. Okay, so they come up with all with a landscape character assessment approach in 2002. So these are one of the documentation that need to be studied, yeah, need to be presented, yeah, before any planning or development of an area. So now we have more. Maybe we still have the EIA assessment. We have the landscape visual impact assessment and life cycle analysis and everything. So these are all are very related with each other lah. It's just the difference is maybe in terms of the approach and the purpose of the studies. Okay, but if you look at the holistic view, yeah, uh, the landscape planning, yeah, for nature conservation is very it is actually in the same group. Okay, all right. Okay, so I will move into the case studies, yeah, from the renowned landscape architects. Okay, the first one is Ian Mechak. Yeah, he is a professor. Yeah, and then in November 1920, yeah, this is a 19th century punya work. Okay, all right. That's why I said the US, they have started earlier from us, yeah, because the natural and the natural environment. I think the Dr. Amal maybe know more about the nature punya conservation movement, yeah, in US, where their natural resources, I think depletion is earlier than us. Okay, we still have our forests and everything, but in US maybe they start earlier from us, and then we look into what happened to them, and then we study lah, and then so that the thing will not happen in our country. Okay, so he said, Ian Mechak, yeah, in the plan for the valley, this is one of the project of his project, yeah, and he said the genius of the landscape resides in the great valleys, yeah, and the wooded slopes which confine them. So these words explain about the character of the area. Yeah, it has slopes. Okay, it has valleys. Yeah, this is all the landform or the topography that he explained. If the beauty and character of the landscape is to be sustained, yeah, then these great sweeping valleys and the pastoral scene they contain must be preserved unchanged. This is what he said earlier from the project. Yeah, this is all. These are the scenic. Yeah, the view. Yeah, of the site. Okay. This is from if you're interested and you have you can read from the plan for the valleys assessing Ian McHug's vision 50 years later. So in planning we are not looking at the project implementation from this year and then we see the result next year. No, because planning is in a long term. Okay, so if you in 50 years we see that it is successful, the land is still intact and all the biodiversity is still there, it means that the planning at the first phase is successful. Okay, that is how we view the planning. Okay, so George Hunt Jr. and Thomas L. Daniels, and also the plan for the valleys. This is they are all the authors, and assessing the vision of Ian McHugh. All right. Okay, these are all. This is the maps, from the valley region. So where they do the preservation, they do the planning processes. Okay, so at this time, the use of GIS is there. Yeah, they have used the GIS software and everything. Okay, and then they produce the map and they have all the methods. They use the overlay methods and everything. Okay, so these are the location of the site. Okay, the valleys region. These are all the area that they want to protect. And then they come up with the principle, which they call the proposition. Okay, the area is beautiful and vulnerable. Okay, development is inevitable and must be accommodated. So this is the principle or guideline that you must follow. Okay, if we don't have the planners or the landscape planning investigation at the first place, this thing might not be preserved lah. Okay, so they documented this project, and then they said that the development must conform to regional goals. Okay, they must refer to the national maybe the physical plans, all right, the development plans, and then observance of conservation principle can avert destruction and ensure enhancement, and then the area can absorb all prospective growth without despoliation. And then plant growth is more desirable and profitable as uncontrolled growth. There's so many more. And then these are all the principles they do. And then private powers can be joined in partnership because it is very important, because some of the land, if you want to develop a land, it is not solely meant for the government land. Some of it are owned by the private sectors, private ownership. So you need to, in this kind of work, we need to join, we need to collaborate. Okay, in order for us to come to a mutual understanding is to protect, and without it's like a win-win situation lah. All right, so we want to develop a land, and then at the same time the owner of the land need to follow all the principles or the guidance. Okay, the guidelines in order for the whole region can get the benefit. Okay, the methodological approach to the problem involved determining the essential landscape quality, okay, of the valleys, and then posing various alternatives for preserving them. Okay, so in terms of the analysis, they're the same overlay analysis of Ian McHugh. He used the physiographic form, geology, hydrology, soil, floodplain, forest, amenities. So can you imagine at that time if they don't use the GIS or they don't have any software or they use it manually in a regional scale level, right? Okay, so so the work, is, I think, is more demanding than us today. So we have a very we are very fortunate, because the numbers of available software is everywhere, especially in GIS. Okay, so they have again, in the analysis, the present condition, the population land use, the growth forecast. These are all the data set that they need for them to do the analysis. And then presentation, and then the issue relating with the implementation. Okay, these are one of the physiographic determinants of form, yeah, from Ian Medhart. Okay, and then in the partial implementation phase, yeah, they have the broadest influence, yeah, of the what we call that planning for the valley, and on the planning and growth management, yeah. And he come out, Ian Medhart, he come out with the concept of ecological determinism. Okay, so in a way, yeah, the development pattern of the valley mixing settlement with preserved valley floors. So in a way, with this planning, yeah, they have investigate, yeah, all the natural resources. Like I said before, they have the all the informations of the geology, hydrology, soil, and everything, and then they know how and then the suitable area which can be developed and which cannot be developed and can be untouched at all right. Okay, so what is the aim? Yeah, all right. Okay, so the action program, they come recommended, yeah, three interrelated technique, yeah, to protect the valley floors. Okay, the first phase is a urban growth boundary, yeah, to limit the extension of sewer and water lines, and also natural resource zoning to allow only low density development. So you see, in a landscape architecture, yeah, landscape planning students, these are all the guidelines. Yeah, we call it guidelines, yeah, ataupun strategies, yeah. And then a special conservation district, yeah, for the purpose of conservation easement, yeah, to keep the land undeveloped indefinitely. Okay, it is not easy task lah, but with this kind of documentation and also the plans, so we can uh, protect, yeah, the area, and then we have something to refer on. Okay, all right. And then what happened 50 years later to the site? Okay, this is a Google image that I searched. Okay, this is the current area. Yeah. So it says that, yeah, the cave and Worthington valleys, they have survived largely intact. Yeah, in part because of the willingness of the farmland owners to sell or donate conservation easement on their land. See, because the public participation, yeah, and also the we call it joint participation, and how to protect the land. Okay, so in 50 years it's still intact. This is what we call a successful case study of a landscape planning. So it started in 19th century, ya, lama tu tau. Okay, we are all belum not born yet. Okay. All right. Okay. So this is one of the good example of landscape architecture. Landscape planning work. And then another work is from the Carl Steinis. Yeah. Um, he's now a professor of landscape architecture and planning, and the work is under biodiversity and landscape planning in the region of Camp Pendleton in US. Yeah. So the analysis involved same. Okay, the terrains, the soil, hydrology, the fire area. Yeah? In US, they have the area that are easily attacked by fire, yeah, wildfire, and then vegetation, landscape ecological pattern, single species, potential habitat, threatened species, habitat map, riparian, and so on. Okay, these are the metric table, yeah, of Camp Pendleton studies in 2000 to 2021. Yeah, previously we have done these case studies with our students, and they come up with all this analysis, yeah, in the protection management, what actually they do, yeah, in Camp Pendleton. Okay, the plans built out, and then the terrain characteristics. So students have to investigate lah. All right. So I believe that in terms of the vegetation, landscape, ecological patterns, single species, potential habitat, all the environmental science students are very expert in this aspect. Yeah, threatened species, habitat map, right? Habitat riparian, habitat restoration, rural watershed. Okay, and then these are part of the outcome lah, from the studies. This is just one of their assignment, and they need to come up with the studies, yeah, in a board form. Okay, so they have to present lah. And then I just take one of the example, yeah, and in terms of the threatened species, Yeah, for your information, the landscape architecture students, they do works most of it in a graphic form, yeah, in a visual presentation, in a board, not a normally in a board presentation, like this a poster presentation, and they have to present because they deal a lot with clients. Yeah, some of you maybe very good in doing the apa presenting the outcome in the documentation. Okay, there are many ways. It depends on the what are the client needs lah. Okay, so in this board, they explain on the these are one of the progress work, yeah, of the students on the threatened species, the preferred habitat in the dense coastal. So they have to find out lah. And then when the case study is in US, yeah, it's definitely not the same as our culture, our climate, and everything. But they need to study and they need to compare with what all the species in their case study in Malaysia. Okay, so this is how they learn lah on the landscape planning processes. Okay, and then for the Camp Pendleton, since the Google image still okay shows that the area is still intact, and actually the site is located in between of two large cities, yeah, and very famous cities, which is the Los Angeles and the San Diego. I've never been there, okay, but we know that that area is very compact, right? The compact development, and this is how they protect the area. Okay, they use the planning processes. So if they don't use this, most probably, if two cities, yeah, side by side, most probably that the sprawl of the urban, it might reach the area, the protected area. Okay, this is what we need to do, yeah, in our protected land. Okay, so in the future biodiversity, they also have come out with more studies, yeah, following research based on the Camp Pendleton, yeah, they have the alternative future for region La Paz, Baja, I don't know how to pronounce, yeah, California and Mexico, and also one of it, another one is the Rokanjet Park and industrial zone. So this has become documentation studies that might be some interest for some of you lah, right? And then the future biodiversity, they discuss on the recognition of the values of biodiversity, the establishment of means to protect the area, and the institutional changes, yeah, to guide the development of the region. That is most important part. Okay. Okay, another one, yeah, another one in the landscape planning aspect, yeah, we have the landscape character assessment. This is 2002, yeah, and guidance for England and Wales. These are they come up with one of the documentation called the landscape character assessment. Okay, this is guidance for England and Scotland. Normally we follow the framework. These are all the framework. They have a few steps or phases or stages. Yeah, they have to define the scope. They have this their study. If you look at it, it is slightly similar to landscape planning work. Yeah, if you compare to the Camp Pendleton just now and also the valleys just now, it's slightly the same. Yeah, it's in terms of the desktop study, the preparation of all the maps, and then they do the query. Yeah, and what to do and to protect, yeah, the area. Yeah, they have the possible stakeholder input. Yeah, stakeholder input will involve all the public and also all the experts from other field. Okay, so these are the maps, yeah, of the landscape character assessment, landscape character maps. Okay, and then landscape character assessment of land surrounding okay, it said that it can help for future development in a way that will respect their distinctive character and landscape setting. Okay, so this is very related, yeah, with the landscape planners or landscape architect, and also the work and how to produce the map and all the information we need the environmental scientists. Okay. All right. Okay. So these are the maps that they produce. So in future, if there is any development in that area, they must respect the local character. Yeah. Okay. So to know the local character, we must refer to the map. Okay, that is how we tend to protect, yeah, the earth. Sorry, the landscape of the area. Okay. Okay, we have also in Malaysian aspect, yeah, we have also we've done the landscape character assessment, which I have the opportunities to involve, yeah, as one of the GIS specialists in the project. We have produced the manual penilaian character landscape, and then these are all the things that we adopt, yeah, from the guidance of Scotland and England. And then these are all the map map preparation. Yeah, we have the geophysical aspect, land cover, okay, boundary, and also the heritage and the social cultural. Okay, all right. Okay, so these are the maps. Yeah, that involved in the preparation of the landscape character types of Selangor area. This is in the Selangor scale. Okay. So we have this geomorphology map, and in order for us to prepare the geomorphology map, we use the GIS technology. We produce the map, but at the same time, in a way to produce the final map, we have a thorough discussion with all with the geologists. Yeah, because they know all the geomorphology of the land. Okay, so this part includes this work actually includes all the experts. Yeah, for example, in the preparation of the agricultural land, yeah, we have the experts from the Department of Agriculture. Okay, we have the ecologists in the team, yeah, especially for the vegetation and wildlife habitat. Okay, so that is how we do we come out with the map. Okay, and then in these studies, yeah, we perform the overlay analysis. Okay, and then we get the final results of the landscape type maps. Okay, so this landscape character assessment is now being used, yeah, in many if I'm not mistaken, the Jabatan Landscape Negara, yeah, JLN, yeah, they are looking forward to produce the landscape character types map, yeah, for overall Malaysia. So this is a good opportunity for you students, yeah. Maybe you come out after graduation. Maybe you will do this kind of work. You will involve this with this kind of work, huh? Okay, with all the environmentalists and everything lah, and all the ecologists, yeah, to produce to have to gain a understanding, yeah, to protect the land, yeah. And then next, yeah, I have a few sample of student project. It's not much. It's just a brief GIS analysis that they use in the landscape architecture work. Yeah. All right. Okay. So in landscape planning, yeah, in regional landscape and also the GIS subject, they need one of the project, yeah, one of the assessment or assignment. They need to produce maps, yeah, for every sector. Just like the case study that Camp Pendleton and everything, you have to study all the physical aspects, the the abiotic, and all the cultural aspect, yeah, of the site. Right. Okay. So we refer to the case studies, and then each of the students normally they come up with all their own map. Yeah. Okay. Maybe one student he will study on the soil and geological data. So we will tell them where to get all the data and what our expectation, and then and some of the data they need to digitize, and then they will come up with GIS analysis. Normally we use the suitability analysis or the sensitivity analysis. Okay, so the part of GIS analysis in the we call it in the inventory and analysis phase. Okay, so in this phase, they are required to do the overlay map process. Okay, so but in terms of determining what are the factors that will be involved in the mapping process, it is based on the discussion, yeah, in the class lah. Okay, what are the aims of the GIS analysis that they want to do? Actually, what they need to do? What kind of suitability map that they want to produce? What are actually the what we call that research problem or the research question? Yeah, what they want to find, suitability for what? Okay, so so they come up with this. Okay, one of the main factor, because they know the area in Kelanang, yeah, it is well known maybe for the agriculture, but the existing of the agriculture is not well planned, or maybe something like that, and then they come up with the analysis to find the suitable location based on the suitable soil fertility maybe, kan. And then what are others factors? Okay, maybe the wildlife or hydrology or residential or vegetation. Which one should be located near to the plantation area and whatsoever. Okay, so they come up with all the potential location, and then they analyze, and then they use the what we call the output or the results to plan, or to come up with strategies, yeah, planning strategies, and also guidelines, and also not forgetting all the SDGs lah. Okay, sustainable goal development goals. And then normally they will come out yeah, with one general map, yeah, of the area. This is what we call a landscape master plan. Okay, in this landscape master plan, normally we have a focus area where we will protect, yeah, some of the area that we want. Okay, normally, yeah, this work, yeah, in outside, yeah, in the practice, this will come out with the documentation, writing, write-ups report. Okay, and then part of it is the map lah on the plan. Okay, these are all the works, yeah, that involved in all the landscape planning work. Okay, so another example, yeah, we also have, yeah, in our GIS classes, normally we involve, yeah, in anything that we can lah. Okay, from the project studies, and one of it is GIS as a landscape planning tools, yeah, for the determination of flood prone areas in Kelanang, Selangor. These are one of the sample work, yeah, the student work from the project. Okay, so we do both, yeah, in the GIS class and also in the regional class. So this is the output lah. Okay, so if you want to know, I will share the video shortly. Okay, this is
Assalamualaikum
the video.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Landscape Architecture Department of Faculty of Architecture, Planning and Surveying, UiTM Puncak Alam Branch, Selangor. My name is Farah Wahida binti Mahazir and my partner Nabila Huda binti Fauzan are going to present our project GIS as a successful landscape planning tool for the determination of flood-prone area in Kelanang, Selangor.
Kelanang land cover was most populated by various types of plantation, especially palm oil. Most of the water run off through this area by small and natural drainage system toward the sea. The existing water management was not sustainable and systematic to handle during heavy rainfall. From this map, it shows that the inventory data collected including contour, river, drainage and flood hotspot of the Kelanang. Kelanang is the district area of Kuala Langat, Selangor, being listed of one of the potential or most affected during monsoon season. Going in detail, Kampung Kelanang was the most mentioned by the Jabatan Pengairan dan Saliran JPS. Kampung Kelanang was located near Langat River and Pantai Kelanang. Flooding season usually happen in between October to December. So we can see from the chart, flood occurrence and mean rainfall. It shown that the higher mean rainfall, the higher flood occurrence. Another chart shown the flood occurrence among the districts. By viewing this chart, we can see which districts are the most affected during monsoon season. The aim for this project is to visualize existing topography which determine the natural water management by producing few GIS analysis in 2D and 3D mapping of Kelanang, Kuala Langat, Selangor. Next, we move to the objective of this project. The main objective is to identify which area have the highest possibility occur flood during a year. The second is to allocate the area of lacking facilities of drainage in Kelanang area. The third is to mapping the flow of water runoff through all area. Lastly, to identify which area would affected to be involved in widening drainage system project in the future. Now we move to the methodology for this project. Started with the process we delineated area-wide watershed. The first step, we add DEM and river network Kelanang to new data frame. By using these two data, we can create flow direction, sink, fill, flow accumulation, con and stream link until we can produce watershed as an output. Moving forward is flow direction analysis. We use river network Kelanang and DEM in the beginning to perform resample, aspect, reclassify, convert raster to point, add all value and change the point to specific area as mentioned in aspect. Final product, we can see that the flow direction in each cell on the DEM dataset. The last analysis that we did is buffer analysis. We use soil, Land use and river Klanang shapefile for the input. We are using multiple buffer dialog to enter 200, 500 and 40,000 meter distance as refer from the guideline for hydrology area. After that, we click to see the area of Klanang only, and then we add all value, and then it shows the result.
The study area's mean annual rainfall range from 1,623 mm to 2,960. The mean annual potential evapotranspiration range between 1,431 and 1,610. The average temperature is 27 degrees Celsius throughout the year. The relative humidity varies between 62 and 96% with an average of roughly 82%. EM, slope, gradient, water precipitation, water flow, and groundwater density are some of the data obtained for the study area. Unlined and line drains are the drainage types found in the study area. The drainage patterns, on the other hand, are rectangular. A drainage patterns in which the main stream and their tributaries display many right angle bands and exhibit sections of rocks. The local authorities created rancangan tempatan kuala in the hopes of reducing the risk that could be harmful to the locals. The drainage system is the primary focus for solving flooding issues. This is in the collaborations of GIS data and on-site observation. From the analysis, the main objective of this study is to identify the water potential area that is affected during the monsoon season. By completing these tasks, the design development initiative can be proposed or suggested to attract people to experience the area. The watershed analysis is used for the management and planning of natural resources and give hydrological modeling with the relevant inputs. Watershed analysis does not only provide catchment boundaries but also provide hydrological parameters that can be used in management programs towards direction analysis. By using the EM and contour data, the flow direction of water can be seen after completing flow direction analysis. In buffer analysis, we can identify the potential of the area, the Balangat River that can reserve as a floodplain. Buffer analysis helps to determine potential floodplain to avoid any lower structure proposed in the area. As a conclusion, after performing the analysis, we can identify which areas are suitable to avoid flooding area. This analysis helps to imagine the natural existing on-site to propose new development. Unfortunately, identifying area that affected requires monsoon data. The current analysis does not involve this data, and the monsoon data can help identify areas that are most affected, while PowerPoint data can help to identify inlets and outlets. This involves data that needs on-sites or detailed secondary data. During the analysis, data involved are not the latest version, and this becomes rare as it is hard to relate with the real site.
Here is the final result of 3D flood simulation in Axin. That's all from us. Thank you.
Okay, this is one of the work lah. Okay, now we come to the conclusion. So I'm looking at the the time now, yeah. Okay, so what are the challenge, yeah, in landscape planning? Actually, because of the emergence, yeah, of the holistic approach into design and planning, yeah, it reflects the sustainability world view beginning of the 21st century. So we are now at the 21st century, yeah. We look to maintain, yeah, and sustain both the human economy and the natural ecosystem. Okay, so if you look at the graph, we have our natural resources, we have the built environment which we need, yeah, we need development, but at the same time, we don't want to destroy our natural resources, right? And also our cultural resources. These are all the things that need to be what to be understand of for all of the decision makers, yeah, especially the decision makers, yeah. Maybe some of the professions, yeah, they will involve much on the decision part, yeah, and some of it maybe some of us maybe will involve in the process of the decision making. Yeah, we put aside all the political issues or the underlying factors, yeah, we put it that aside. We just focus on maintaining our goals, yeah, as as the landscape planner, yeah, landscape planning, that we want to preserve our natural resources and our cultural resources, yeah. Okay, without stopping, yeah, without stop the built environment. Okay, we need that, yeah, we need to make it balanced. Okay. All right. These are all the things, and from in terms of what the profession needs, yeah, what the industry needs. Okay. So I have this one from the Jabatan Landscape Negara because all the landscape architecture. Yeah, we have Jabatan Landscape Negara as our government sector. Okay. They said that as an academician, yeah, what we need to do, yeah, we need to give a comprehensive landscape planning tool syllabus, yeah, more exposure through assignments, yeah. This is where the academician part, yeah, we are trying to do this kind of collaborations and everything, yeah, so that we could expose you earlier, yeah, to what happened actually in the industry outside. Okay, so what we do is the suitable or sensitivity analysis. These are a common analysis, yeah, in the landscape planning. And also we have the Saraja juga, landscape visual impact assessment, yeah, LVIA. And you have the environmental analysis, you have environmental impact assessment, landscape character assessment analysis, and many more. Okay, and in terms of the use of the software, I believe that all the students are exposed, yeah, to the use of all the GIS software. Yeah, it's not all ArcGIS. Yeah, they have a lot of open source software outside. And then in terms of how to present the data, yeah, you actually knows, yeah, about the Photoshop and Lumion and everything. So these are all the tools, yeah, that need, yeah, to be to equip you, yeah, with all the knowledge and skills. Okay, so where are these landscape planning process, yes, work? Okay, dekat mana sebenarnya? At which level? Yeah, so when you look at the planning at different levels, yeah, we have the national physical plan. Yeah, in the land use planning, it can be applied at three broad levels. Yeah, at the national, district, and local. So this is where you get all the grants, yeah, grants projects, yeah, from the government normally, and also from all the private sectors. They do have some of the grant projects that you might be involved with. Okay, so you do the studies, yeah. Normally we do the studies, and then we become the scientists, or the landscape architects, yeah. And then all the information will be used, yeah, in order for decision making. Yeah, these are all the people, okay. So they will use all the information to make a decision of the planning or physical plan, yeah, for the whole our country, okay. In terms of the Semenanjung Malaysia, yeah, we have the national physical plan, okay, at the national level. And then we have at the district level, we have the structure plan, yeah, rancangan struktur tempatan. We call it rancangan struktur. Okay, so this normally implies with all the national physical plan. And then we also have the development at the local level. These are all the documents, yeah, for landscape architecture. Yeah, normally we have the peta cadangan, yeah, kelas pembangunan tanah and everything. And then we have also at the local level yang apa tu, rancangan kawasan khas, kan? Okay, something like that. And the EIA impact assessment can be involved, yeah, with all the preparation of the documentation. Okay, rancangan kawasan khas, this one, rancangan kawasan khas Tasik Chini. Okay, there's some specific area that they are focused on. This one is at the local level. And then currently we have the Pelan Induk Landscape or landscape master plan. Okay, landscape master plan at the regional level. So we have in every state in Malaysia, and some of it is still in progress. And from year to year, they have phases where they will renew, or they will do a new one, a new documentation. So that work will be continuously done lah. For in practice, yeah. This is what I said. This is in the government sector. Okay, some of the work, they will we call that, they will appoint a consultant. This is where when you will work with the consultant of landscape company, landscape architecture, landscape consultant, and then maybe the environmental consultant, yeah, environmental scientist consultant. These are all the work that they will give, yeah, in order for them to come up with all the plan, yeah, for the development. Okay, I think that's it. That's all about landscape planning that I can share for the time, insyaAllah. So 1 hour. Itulah, ingatkan sekejap je.
It's okay. Seronok.
Okay, so I'm trying to do a two-way conversation, but I cannot see the faces. Jadi dia macam awkward.
So hopefully that everybody can show their faces so we can take a picture after this. Okay. First of all, thank you very much for very interesting talk. Okay, from GS Masbiha, we can see that a lot of information, a lot of knowledge, and also the new skill that you could adopt from this talk, and especially on the application GIS at the Valley that have been presented by GS Masbiha. Then hopefully that you can apply in your project. Then first of all, if anyone have a question, especially from my student, do you have any question to GS Masbiha? This is very, what we can say, the opportunity if you want to ask anything. Anyone?
Hello, I'm Shahida
Okay,
Anis.
introduce your name. Okay.
Okay, I have one question. What is suitable spatial analysis that we can use for if we want to see the vegetation?
Analysis if you want to see the vegetation.
Yes, spatial analysis.
Special analysis for vegetation.
Yeah.
Okay, that one might depends on what is your objective. Yeah, maybe you I'm not sure because UMK, yeah, maybe Dr. Amal mungkin expose the students a lot with the satellite image, is it?
That satellite images, they have take that course before this course. So this is actually solely on the GIS. So they already learn about the satellite images.
I see. Okay. So in terms of vegetation, yeah, for our students, yeah, what we practice in landscape planning projects, yeah, when we talk about for vegetation, I normally ask the student, okay, so what actually vegetation, yeah, when we talk about the terms vegetation, you have to define the term first, yeah, vegetation, and how can you separate the vegetation based on their categories, based on their functions, or based on their area. Okay, normally students they separate it based on the forest vegetation, which is very natural, untouched, and then we have the ornamental vegetation. In landscape profession, we have that because we have the landscape area that we plant. We normally plan the park, yeah, park area, or what we call that, a recreational area. We have that kind of ornamental plants. Okay, and another vegetation is sometimes students also interested in agricultural plantation or vegetation. It is a vegetation. Okay, so that is where actually various analysis that you can do with vegetation itself. Okay, so if you want to protect the forest vegetation, you can do the native species analysis, right? Okay, we can investigate which type of species that will be suitable um, for future. Okay, for future development, because we need to identify first what are the species, the native species in the forest vegetation, and then the same plants that we know that it is maybe the numbers are decreasing, yeah, the name of the species we need to know in order for us to propose for the next future development. That is how there are various, yeah, analysis that you can do. And another thing is in terms of vegetation, for a small scale project, or maybe if a big scale, you might need a big data like LiDAR or satellite image, right? But if it is in a small scale project, it's just one stretch of roads, yeah, maybe a few meters, and maybe you can focus on the hazardous trees, yeah, hazardous vegetation that prone to the that can give harm to the people, and also the trees that are very vulnerable to some kind of area. A lot of things actually can be done in terms of analysis, and vegetation is one of the I think if a students get that attribute to be studied, I always say that lauk lah. Jangan cakap because the information is a lot on the vegetation itself.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, to share Alice, I also have one suggestion. There's a lot like GS must be said. You can see for the vegetation. Other the simple things that you can see the density, you can see the area, or you can see the distance between vegetation to the built-up area. So there's the simple things that you can do related to the spatial analysis. Okay. Another question from the audience?
Seronok tau GIS ni.
Yes, because there's a lot of things. Because all the data is just around us, so they can go for the fieldwork and get any the data that would be viable. Then come back to the lab and analyze. So it's something that interesting. Education, no more. Okay, I can make some conclusion from this webinar, from this talk. We can see that landscape planning is very important, especially for the responsible information. Our course is sustainability science. So they are focusing on the 4 types, which is economic, environmental, social, and health. And you can see that landscape planning is very, very related to this 4 theme of the sustainable. So you as the sustainable student is a very good opportunity. So you have a good chance because you study this GIS, okay, GIS, because this is only elective actually. So they have choose this elective as their course elective. So you should be very lucky. You are in this class, and also know GS must be high. And if you have something that you want to learn, you just can contact her also. Okay.
Nice. Wah, can.
Okay, and especially to the UITM student, because today is the weekend. I'm very sorry for taking your time in this weekend day. Someone want to go to outside. Okay, but
Open house.
yeah, yes.
Saya put.
Dah tak boleh pergi outing lah. But this is very fruitful, okay? Fruitful webinar and fruitful talk. So thank you very much. As Mas Biha. So if anything, we can contact you, right?
Yes, insyaAllah.
Okay. So I think that's all. Anything from GS Mas Biha? Last word before we take a picture, everyone.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, take picture. Okay, so please on your camera.
Okay, on your camera, please. So it's already okay, on the camera.
Encik Adam, you can boleh tengok setting? Can you set the set?
Alright, okay. I will take picture from the together mode. Alright, so I really hope all of you can open your camera and we will be at the room together.
Okay. So 1 minute, everyone. Open the camera.
Alright, ada lagi ke?
Ada lagi ke? Together. Lagi-lagi, why I didn't see my students? Ada tak sini ada? Ada kat belakang. Mana lagi? Okay.
Oh, okay. Student UITM boleh hi. Student UMK. Yang senang tau.
Okay.
Boleh
Duduk
berkenalan.
sebelah punya belah. Okay, Fatin Syamimi ada. Okay, lagi. Lagi. Tapi tak open ni. Okay, we give her 1 or 2 minutes and then take a picture. Kenapa tak penuh lagi room ni? Actually, they just finish their mesra raya, sambutan hari raya.
Oh, I see.
Just now, 1 lebih diorang habis. So, tak tahulah ni, harapnya semua ada ni.
Kelantan today is like Monday in
Sunday.
They are working today.
Okay, mungkin boleh take a picture kot Mr. Adam. Tengok dah.
Alright.
Nah, dah.
Okay,
I
semua
can rest the
smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay, freestyle. Freestyle. 1, 2, 3. Another pose. 1, 2, 3. Pose. Another pose. 1, 2, 3. Pose. Alright, okay, thank you.
Thank you Mr. Adam boleh jadi ni photographer.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for those who are already in this webinar and also take part for this webinar, and hopefully that everybody can take the measures at home and get any for your future career and also your future anything that you want to do, okay, using this GIS. Okay, thank you very much. And hopefully see you all again after this.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Dr. Amal, don't forget on the attendance, yeah?
Yes, I'm already forward to them.
All right. Good.
Yeah. During the attendance.
Thank you, Dr. Amal too. Thank you, your MK.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Doctor. Alright.
Thank you.
Wait, Dati.
Okay, Mas. Okay.
Dah stop recording dah.
Oh,
Sekejap.
itulah.